Another Death Row production. Ladies and gentlemen, Mike Tyson, the next heavyweight champion of the world. Anybody else for?
Alrighty guys, what's going on? Welcome on back. It's the Empire. I'm your host Risky. It is Thursday, July 30th. Looking back at yesterday, oh my goodness, an absolutely terrible day. Go 0 for 4 on our bets. Our ladder play, our solo bet, we played the Brewers. Last minute, they switched the starting pitcher. It ended up being a bullpen day for the Brewers. They got squashed. Full of regret. We should have went with the Orioles, should have went with the Diamondbacks. Then on our parlays, it was the Phillies early. They blew that damn game. And then late, it was the Red Sox. I don't know what happened to their bats. They go out to Sacramento and oh my goodness, terrible. But look, you guys already know the rules. It's on to the next one. We got 10 games here on tap today. Games get started nice and early. Guys, Outlier Sportsbook, the link is down in the description. Sign up with them. The first week is free. Also, at the end of the video, the 4 bets we'll be placing here today ourselves. With all of that being said, let's jump into it. Alright, first game up, we got the Rangers in Tampa Bay taking on the Rays. We got Cole Young on the mount for the Rangers. We got Shane McClanahan on the mount for the Rays. Alright, getting into this game here, we're going to have Cole Young open up the game for the Rangers. It's going to be a bullpen day for the Rangers. We're going to have the right-handed pitcher Cole Young go one time through the lineup. After that, the lefty Alexander will come in for the Rangers, eat up the bulk of the innings, probably go another 4. Looking at the match, looking at the breakdown for both Cole Young and Alexander. For one, Cole Young, the right-handed pitcher opening up the game, comes into it with a 6.11 ERA. He has a very hard hit rate, especially versus left-handed bats. We know the lefties in this Tampa Bay Rays lineup have been crushing right-handed pitching this season. I can see Cole Young letting up a run when he goes one time through the lineup. After that, we'll see the lefty Alexander come in. He's a contact pitcher, a guy that pitches for a lot of pop flies. I could see guys like Yandy Diaz and Caminero, who match up very well against him, taking them yard. Overall, I could see by the 6th inning, this Tampa Bay Rays lineup getting at least 3 runs off the combination of Cole Young and Alexander. Before we get to the back end of this Rangers bullpen, it's a very good bullpen. They are rested coming into it, got some good arms available to come in late in this game. I could still see them letting up another run, but nothing too crazy. On the other side, we got Shane McClanahan on the mount for the Rays. This guy's been really good this season. 3.09 ERA, 1.14 whip, has a really good strikeout to walk ratio. Here today, he's going to be seeing a Texas Rangers lineup. All the best bats are lefties. He has very good splits versus left-handed bats. Not to mention, we saw Seymour, the lefty, come in yesterday's game and deal against this Rangers team, shut down the bats. I can see McClanahan, when I do his pitch mix breakdown against this lineup, he matches up very well against this team. I can see him coming out here today, going his regular 5-6 innings. He's not a guy that goes too deep in the games, going about 5-6 innings where he gives up a run, if not shuts out this Texas Rangers lineup. Before we get to the Tampa Bay Rays bullpen, they're mediocre overall, but they're rested coming into it. I like the arms that's going to be available to come in late in this game, shut down these Rangers bats. This game is going to be down in Tampa Bay in the Dome, so no weather to sway anything. Let's get to the picks. The Rays are the betting odds favorites in this game, and I do like them on the money line. The game total set at 8. I do like the under 8 total runs in this game here today. For the player prop, I like Junior Caminero of the Tampa Bay Rays for 2 total bases today. Next game up, we got the Royals in Minnesota taking on the Twins. We got Noah Cameron on the mount for the Royals. We got Bailey Ober on the mount for the Twins. Alright, getting into this game here, we got Noah Cameron on the mount for the Royals. This guy's been so inconsistent for Kansas City this season. He comes into it with a 4.93 ERA, 140 whip. Looking at his last start against the Tigers, pitched 7 scoreless innings. The start right before that against the Padres, pitched 4 innings, gave up 7 runs. Here today, he's going to be seeing a Minnesota Twins lineup in the last 30 games played. They're a bottom 5 lineup versus left-handed pitching. Byron Buxton's out. He got hurt again. He has been the best bat versus lefties this season for the Twins. I'm expecting Noah Cameron, like I said, a very inconsistent starting pitcher, but he does have his best games against lineup that really struggles against lefties like the Tigers last week. Here today against this Twins lineup, We saw them yesterday struggle to put up runs. I'm expecting the same here today for Cameron. I'm expecting him to go about 6 innings, if not 7, where he gives up a run. Reason I said 7, because if you're the Royals, you really want him to go as deep as possible in this game. This Royals bullpen is terrible overall for the year, but coming into this game here today, they're incredibly taxed. I see the arms available for the Royals coming into this game, giving up another run or so. On the other side, we got Bailey Ober on the mount for the Twins. Just like what I was saying about Noah Cameron, this guy's been so inconsistent this season for Minnesota. He comes into it with a 4.56 ERA, but the whip is really good, sitting at 125, doesn't walk a lot of batters, has really decent strikeout stuff. We saw this Royals lineup get to Joe Ryan yesterday to put up 4 runs on him. Joe Ryan is a right-handed pitcher, primary pitch, fastball, throws it over 40% of the time. Same breakdown here today for Bailey Ober. Looking at the overall pitch mix breakdown versus the lineup, I could see a few of these guys getting to him here today. My overall breakdown for Ober, he goes about 5 innings where he gives up 2 to 3 runs before we get to a Twins bullpen. Same breakdown for the Royals bullpen. Absolutely terrible bullpen overall for the season, not to mention they're incredibly taxed coming into this game here today. I see the arms available for the Twins coming in this one, giving up another 2 to 3. Looking at the weather, it's going to be very hitter friendly weather, close to 90 degrees, 10 to 12 mile per hour winds blowing from the diamond to the outfield. Let's get to the picks. The Twins are the betting odds favorites in this game here today, and I like the Road Dogs in this spot. Give me the Kansas City Royals on the money line. The game total set at 9.5. I got this a 5 to 3 game for the Twins. I like the under 9.5 total runs here today. For the player prop, I'm taking Jack Caglione of the Royals for 2 total bases. Next game up, we got the Yankees in Chicago taking on the White Sox. We got Ryan Weathers on the mount for the Yankees. We got Sean Burke on the mount for the White Sox. Alright, getting into this game here, we got the left-handed pitcher Ryan Weathers on the mount for the Yankees. This guy's been decent this year for the Yankees. He had that 4-5 game stretch in June where he was giving up 5 runs in all of his starts. Since then, he's really settled down. In his last 3 outings, he has an ERA sitting at 270, whip sitting at 122. In this game here today, he's going to be seeing a White Sox lineup stacked with left-handed bats. Ryan Weathers, a left-handed pitcher, has very good splits versus left-handed bats. Not to mention his last 3 outings, Ryan Weathers is a strikeout pitcher. He's at his best when he's working the K's. His last 3 outings, he's averaging 11 strikeouts per 9 innings. Here today, he's going to be seeing a Chicago White Sox lineup that strikes out the 4th most in the majors. Another thing I really like about Ryan Weathers in his last few starts, the hard hit rate has really dropped. It's sitting at 28% coming into this game, and from his last 3 outings, it's sitting at 28%. Coming into this game here today, you're going to be seeing a White Sox lineup that really relies on the pop, really relies on a lot of home runs. If you could limit the amount of hard hits, you'll come out here today and have a really good game. My overall breakdown for Ryan Weathers, if he's really working the case here today, he could have a really solid start. We've seen this White Sox lineup offensively really been quiet since the All-Star break. I see Weathers coming out here today having a quality start, going about 6 innings, giving up 2 runs before we get to the back end of this bullpen. For one, both of these bullpens are completely taxed. This Yankees bullpen is really taxed. I see the arms coming out this Yankees bullpen coming in this game, giving up another 2 to 3 runs. On the other side, we got Sean Burke on the mount for the White Sox. This guy's been really good this season. 3.19 ERA, 110 whip, has a really good strikeout rate. Here today, he's going to be seeing a Yankees lineup. They do have their best offensive games when they are seeing right-handed pitching. Granted, they also seen some lefties in this series and they've been putting up some runs. Maybe this Yankees offense is catching a little life here, but looking at the matchup here today for Sean Burke, he really struggles versus left-handed bats this season. Overall, the splits, he's been really struggling, but it's been going up of late. In his last 4 starts, left-handed batters are batting 280, slugging 422. The hard hit rate versus lefties is sitting at 43% coming into it. My overall breakdown for Sean Burke here today, he goes about 6 innings where he gives up 3 to 4 runs before we get to the back end of this White Sox bullpen that's in a similar position as the Yankees. They're really taxed coming into it. I see the arms available for the White Sox coming in this game, giving up another 2. Looking at the weather, it's going to be on the pitcher-friendly side, about close to 80 degrees with like 4 to 5 mile per hour winds blowing from the outfield into the diamond. Let's get to the picks. The White Sox are the betting odds favorites in this game here today. and I like the road dogs in this spot. Give me the Yankees on the money line. The game total set at 8. I do like the over 8 total runs in this one. For the player prop, I'm taking Ben Rice of the Yankees to hit a home run today. Alright, next game up, we got the Cubs in St. Louis taking on the Cardinals. We got Javier Assad on the mound for the Cubs. We got Andre Palente on the mound for the Cardinals. Alright, getting into this one here. This is another game where the two teams played in a game that went into overtime. Both of these bullpens coming into this one are completely taxed. Looking at the game here today, we got Javier Assad on the mound for the Cubs. This guy's been a decent weapon for Chicago this season, working in and out of the starting rotation when they need him to, being a bulk reliever coming out of the bullpen. He has a 3.86 ERA, 112 whip. The big thing with Assad, well, you know what? He does struggle a bit with his command, but the big thing with this guy is the hard hit rate. It's sitting at 52%. This is a contact pitcher, a guy that relies on a lot of contact, a lot of ground outs. He is a sinker baller. Here today, he's going to be seeing a Cardinals lineup stacked with left-handed bats, 6 projected lefties in the lineup. He does struggle with lefties, but when I look at this Cardinals offense, in the last 30 games, they're a bottom 5 offense. Not to mention, when I look at the last 30 games, they're a bottom 10 offense versus right-handed pitching. This team was crushing the ball earlier in the year, but they've gone ice cold offensively of late. Looking at the overall breakdown for Assad, well, you know, looking at the Cardinals once again, we've seen pitchers like Brett Lauder, Kelly come out and have really good starts against them. We saw Colin Ray have a really good start against this Cardinals lineup just a few days ago. I'm projecting Assad to have a decent start here today. Go about 5 innings, give up 3 runs. Really paying attention to that hard hit rate. It's really high. Gonna be seeing some lefties with some power in here. I could see him giving up a home run or 2. My overall breakdown, like I said, 5 innings, give up 3 runs. Before we get to Cubs bullpen, their tax coming into it, there's still a few decent arms that could be available for them. I could still see, overall, I see the arms coming out the Cubs bullpen coming in this game, giving up a run or 2, but nothing too crazy. On the other side, we got Andre Palente on the mound for the Cardinals. This guy's been really good for St. Louis this season. He has a 3.70 ERA, 130 whip. In his last 3 outings, this guy has an ERA sitting at 120, whip sitting at 0.72. In this matchup here today, he's going to be seeing a Cubs lineup. They struggled to put up runs yesterday. Overall in this series, they've been struggling to put up runs, but in the last 30 games, they're still a top 10 offense versus right-handed pitching. Overall, in the last 2 weeks, they're a top 5 offense overall. Looking at the matchup in the pitch mix breakdown for Andre Palente, I can see him struggling a bit in this game, going about 5 innings, giving up 3 runs. Where we get to a Cardinals bullpen, they're a terrible bullpen. They're incredibly taxed coming into it. The arms available for St. Louis here today are going to come in this game and at least give up 2 to 3 runs. Looking at the weather, very pitcher friendly. Ballpark Pal has this game rated as the 2nd lowest game on the schedule. Minus 16 home run percentage. We have like a small gust of wind, 5 to 6 miles per hour, blowing from the outfield into the diamond. Let's get to the picks. The Cardinals are the betting off favorites in this game here today, and I like the road dogs in this spot. Give me the Chicago Cubs on the money line. The game total set at 8.5. I do like the over 8.5 total runs in this one. For the player prop, I'm taking Pete Crow Armstrong of the Cubs for 2 total bases today. Next game up, we got the Marlins in New York taking on the Mets. We got Yuri Perez on the mound for the Marlins. We got Noah McLean on the mound for the Mets. Alright, getting into this one here, we got Yuri Perez on the mound for the Marlins. This guy's been really good for Miami this season, 3.50 ERA, 118 whip. In his last 3 starts, he's really looked dominant. He has a 0.95 ERA, 0.74 whip. The hard hit rate sitting at 23%. Coming into this game here today, he's going to be seeing a Mets lineup. Still down Juan Soto, their best bat versus right-handed pitching. This Mets lineup on the season is a bottom 10 lineup versus right-handed pitching. Yuri Perez, he's at his best when he's able to work the case. This Mets lineup, they do not strike out that much. They are a patient lineup. They can draw a lot of walks. This lineup's going to have a projected 8 left-handed bats on the lineup. Yuri Perez does struggle with lefties, especially the fact that the Mets are going to be able to stack so many in the lineup. That's going to give them a problem. This is another thing I pay attention to with Perez, something even dating back to last season. He struggles in his road starts. The ERA is always at like 1.5 higher on the road. It's still the case here today, this season. Looking at the overall matchup breakdown for Perez, a fastball curveball pitcher, I can see a few of these Mets getting to him here today. Guys like Ewing match up very well against them. I'm projecting Perez to go about 5 innings, if not 6, where he gives up 2 to 3 runs before we get some Marlins bullpen. Incredibly taxed coming into this game, not to mention they've been very mediocre overall on the season. I see the arms available for Miami coming in this one, giving up another 2 to 3 runs. On the other side, we got Noah McLean on the mound for the Mets. This guy's been really good for the Mets this season, their best starting pitcher up to this point. He has a 3.30 ERA, 109 whip. He is a sinker ball pitcher, has a really good ground ball rate, also can work the case, has a high strikeout rate, really low walk rate as well. In this game here today, he's gonna be seeing a Marlins lineup. They put up a bunch of runs on Zach Wheeler the other day, but besides him, in the last 2 weeks, if not a bit longer than that, I know they were on a 12-game losing streak. They have not been hitting right-handed pitching despite being loaded with lefties. Overall, the offense has been struggling. I know they're projecting to trade a few of these guys in the lineup. I don't know if that's affecting them, but here today, looking at the matchup for Noah McLean against this Miami Marlins offense, like I said, he has a really good ground ball rate. This Marlins team has been struggling with the sinker this season. I can see Noah McLean coming out here having a really good start, if not a quality start, going about 6 innings, giving up 2 runs. Before we get to Mets bullpen, they played a doubleheader yesterday. The bullpen is taxed coming into it. I can see the arms available. Still a good bullpen overall though. Coming in this game, maybe giving up another run or so, but nothing too crazy. Looking at the weather, Ballpark Pal has this game rated as the most pitcher-friendly game on the schedule. Let's get to the picks. The odds makers do have the Mets as the betting off favorites in this game here today, and I agree with them, and I like the Mets on the money line. The game total set at 7. I do like the over 7 total runs in this one. For the player prop, I'm taking Ewing of the Mets for 2 total bases. Next game up, we got the Pirates in Cincinnati taking on the Reds. We got Ramirez on the mound for the Pirates. We got Brett Lauder on the mound for the Reds. Alright, getting into this one here, it's going to be a bullpen day for the Pirates. They're going to have Ramirez open up the game. After that, Hunter Barco will come in, take up like bulk of the innings, but overall doing the matchup breakdown for both Ramirez and Barco versus this Reds lineup. In the last 30 games played, this team is a bottom 15 offense, and the last 14 games they're a bottom 10 offense. Yesterday, we saw Joey Cantillo come out and handle this lineup. Looking at the matchup for Barco and Ramirez, I can see them coming out maybe through the first 6 innings, giving up 2 runs, if not 3, if the Reds are really hitting. Sal Stewart matches up really well against Barco. Maybe he could hit him up a little bit, but overall, I don't see this Reds lineup really putting up too much runs here. Looking at this Pirates bullpen now, I see the arms available late in this game for the Pirates. Coming in this game, giving up another 2 to 3 runs. On the other side, we got Brett Lauder on the mound. This guy has not been good for Cincinnati this season. In his last 3 starts, he's given up over 12 runs and only 10 innings pitched. Here today, he's going to be seeing a Pirates lineup stacked with left-handed bats. He has terrible splits versus lefties. Not to mention, the biggest thing with this guy is the command. Walk rate right now sitting at 4.9 walks per 9 innings. This is a guy that does not make it past the 5th inning in any of his starts. Overall, looking at the matchup breakdown for him, there's a bunch of guys that match up well in this lineup against him. O'Hearn, Brett Lau, I'm expecting one of them to take him yard. My overall expectation for Lauder, he goes about 4 or 5 innings, giving up 3 to 4 runs. Before we get to Reds bullpen, they're incredibly taxed. Remember, 2 days ago, they played a doubleheader. Then they had the game yesterday. They used up their bullpen as well. Coming into this game, they're incredibly taxed. The arms that's going to be available for the Reds are going to come in this game here today, at least give up 2 to 3 runs. They're still one of the worst bullpens in the majors. Looking at the weather, it's going to be a bit more on the hitter-friendly side. Got a small gust of wind blowing from the diamond to the outfield. Let's get to the picks. The Pirates are the betting off favorites in this game here today, and I'm playing them on the money line. The game total set at 9.5. I like the over 9.5 total runs in this game. For the player prop, I'm taking Brandon Lau with the Pirates to hit a home run today. Next game up, we got the Nationals in Atlanta taking on the Braves. We got Jake Irving on the mound for the Nats. We got Grant Holmes on the mound for the Braves. Alright, getting into this one here, we got Jake Irving back on the mound for the Nationals. This guy hasn't pitched in the majors in over 2 months. He was down in the minors. He had got hurt. He was down in the minors. He had a few rehab starts. he was being limited in the rehab starts. They did not let him go past 60 innings pitched in any of the games. Here today, I don't think they're gonna let him go past the 4th inning. Overall, that's what they want him to do, not go past the 4th inning. Doing the matchup breakdown for him, the Braves should knock him out the game maybe a bit earlier than that. They got the band back together. You got Ronald Acuna, Baldwin. This team is still struggling offensively. They struggled to put up runs on the Mets. This team's also coming off a doubleheader yesterday in New York, traveling back to Atlanta to see Jake Irving. Overall, I don't think that's going to affect anything. This lineup is projected to have 6 lefties, if not 7. I can see Jake Irving getting squashed in this one. Guys like Michael Harris, Matt Olson really match up well against them, projecting them to hit him hard. My overall breakdown, he goes 3 innings, gives up 3 runs. Before we get to a Nationals bullpen, they're incredibly taxed coming into it. I see the arms available for the Nationals coming in this game, giving up at least 3 to 4 runs here today. On the other side, we got Grant Holmes on the mount. This guy's been decent for Atlanta this season. He's had some really good starts, also had a few blow-up starts mixed in between. One thing I like about him, does not walk a bunch of batters. The walk rate is really low. Here today, he's going to be seeing a Nationals lineup, top 5 offense versus right-handed pitching. There's just a top 5 offense overall this season. Looking at the pitch mix breakdown from Grant Holmes versus this lineup, this is a guy that limits the hard hit rate in his last 3 starts. In his last 3 outings, the hard hit rate's down to 33%. If he could pitch around at least James Wood at the top of that lineup, focusing on the right-handed batters, pitch around the lefties, I can see him having a decent start where he goes about 6 innings, gives up 2 to 3 runs. Before we get to this Braves bullpen, like I said, they played the doubleheader yesterday. They're taxed coming into it, but they're still one of the best bullpens in the majors overall. I could still see them coming in, limiting the damage, maybe giving up a run or so. Nothing too crazy. Looking at the weather, it's going to be very hitter-friendly weather down in Atlanta. We're going to have at least 5 to 6 mile per hour winds blowing from the diamond to the outfield, 85 degrees-ish. Let's get to the picks. The Braves are the betting odds favorites in this game here today, and I like them on the money line. The game total set at 9.5. I like the over 9.5 total runs in this one. For the player prop, I'm taking Matt Olson of the Braves to hit a home run today. Next game up, we got the Red Sox in Sacramento taking on the Athletics. We got Sonny Gray on the mount for the Red Sox. We got Mason Barnett on the mount for the Athletics. Alright, getting into this one here, we got Sonny Gray on the mount for the Red Sox. Man, this Red Sox team coming into this series, we're the hottest team in the majors, one of the best offenses in the majors coming into it. Coming into a series in the most hitter-friendly ballpark, the bats go ice cold. They're seeing one of the worst offenses. The pitching is struggling. That's baseball. What's supposed to happen is not going to happen. I'm telling you, sometimes I feel like doing like my breakdown, using all these tools, doing the breakdown, and then just like for no reason fading myself. I don't know. Whatever. Let's get back to this game here today. We got Sonny Gray on the mount for the Red Sox. This guy's been dominant this season for Boston. 2.70 ERA, 108 WHIP. Coming into this game, he's going to be seeing an Athletics lineup that lost Nick Kurtz yesterday. Their best bat is gone once again. Still no Shea Langoliers. I'm expecting Sonny Gray to come out here today and dominate this Athletics lineup. I'm seeing him go at least 6-7 innings, if not giving up a run. He'll probably shut down this Athletics lineup before we get to a Red Sox bullpen. They're highly taxed coming into it. I could see the arms coming out this Red Sox bullpen, maybe giving up another run or two, but nothing too crazy. On the other side, we got Mason Barnett back on the mount for the Athletics. He's just here because they got no other starting pitchers. This guy's terrible. We saw him get lit up in his last start. He's been working out of the bullpen all season for the Athletics. He's been getting lit up in all of his outings as well. Here today, he's going to be seeing a Red Sox lineup. 7 projected lefties. There's all their best bats outside of Contreras are lefties pretty much. I see Mason Barnett really struggling in this one, going about 3-4 innings, giving up 3 to 4 runs before we get to the back end of this Athletics bullpen. They got 1 or 2 decent arms available, but those decent arms are still trash. Overall, they're just decent by the Athletic standards. Looking at the weather, most hitter-friendly game on the schedule. Let's get to the picks. The Red Sox are the betting off favorites in this game here today, and I'm playing them on the run line. The game total set at 10.5. I do like the under 10.5 total runs in this one. For the player prop, I'm taking Abreu of the Red Sox for 2 total bases today. Alright, final game of the day. We got the Mariners in Los Angeles taking on the Dodgers. We got Brian Wu on the mound for the Mariners. We got Roki Sasaki on the mound for the Dodgers. Alright, getting into this one here, we got Brian Wu on the mound for the Mariners. This guy, I don't get it. It's like he has a stunt double that makes his road starts. This season on the road, ERA sitting at 5.20. At home, he has an ERA sitting at 2.50. Looking at the matchup here today for Brian Wu, he's going to be seeing a Dodgers lineup loaded with lefties. He's struggling with lefties. Overall, on the season, his hard hit rate sitting at 43%. He is prone to giving up the long ball, he's averaging 1.3 home runs per 9 innings. Overall, for Brian Wu, once again on the road, it's like, it shouldn't be this way, but it is. He's just absolutely terrible. I see him struggling in this game, going about 5 innings, which is his usual. He doesn't really go deep in the games. I see him going about 5 innings, giving up 3 runs. Before we get to Mariners bullpen, their tax coming into it. I see the arms available for the Mariners coming in this game, giving up another 2 to 3 runs. On the other side, we got Roki Sasaki on the mound for the Dodgers. This guy's been so inconsistent. He'll have like a 2 to 3 game stretch where he looks good, then a blow up start. Here today, he's going to be seeing a Mariners lineup similar to him. They're very inconsistent. We saw them hit 6 home runs off of Warblowski a few days ago. Then they only put up 2 runs yesterday off of Eric Lauer. They didn't even do nothing with him. In this game here today for Roki, I can see him struggling a bit. This lineup is loaded with lefties. They have power still. Still got Kyle Raleigh, Luke Raleigh, both of them match up well against Roki. I can see one of them taking him yard in this game. His hard hit rate still sitting up above 40% himself. My overall breakdown for Roki, he goes 6 innings, giving up 2 to 3 runs. Before we get to this Dodgers bullpen, they're incredibly inconsistent as well. The arms available for the Dodgers, I don't like in this one. I see them coming in this game, giving up another 2 runs. Looking at the weather, it's going to be on the hitter-friendly side. We have 6 to 7 mile per hour winds blowing from the diamond to the outfield. Let's get to the picks. The Dodgers are the betting off favorites in this game here today, and I'm playing them on the money line. The game total set at 8.5. I really like that over 8.5 total runs in this one. For the player prop, I'm taking Freddie Freeman of the Dodgers for 2 total bases today. Alrighty guys, before we get up out of here, the 4 bets we'll be placing here today ourselves. The damn Brewers messed up our ladder yesterday. We'll be restarting here today with a $10 bet, and we'll be playing that $10 bet on the Pittsburgh Pirates on the money line. We're getting them at -112. This is our ladder play of the day. After that, we'll be playing a 2-leg home run parlay here today. We're going to start it off with Ben Rice of the Yankees, and we're going to wrap it up with Matt Olson of the Atlanta Braves, a $10 2-leg home run parlay. Alright, next up we have a 3-leg parlay we're going to be playing here today. We're going to start it off with the Tampa Bay Rays on the money line. We're then going to play the New York Yankees on the money line, and we wrap up the parlay with the Royals Twins game total to go under 9.5 total runs. Next up, we have another 3-leg parlay we're playing here today. We're going to start it off with the Chicago Cubs on the money line. We're then going to play the New York Mets on the money line. Then we wrap up the parlay with the Mariners Dodgers game total to go over 8.5 total runs. Once again, guys, before we get up out of here, I just want to send my salutes out to you all. It's Thursday. We're almost there. You guys know I appreciate you all. I respect you all. Hope you all win some money here today, and I'm going to catch you on the next one.